Why do some gay men hype you up, get you excited, promise you everything, and then disappear like a deleted account? Let me tell you my story on a lorry driver that wasted my time and my money. Welcome to the first episode of Dating Chronicles. Oh, babe. You're so not ready. 2 years ago, I was a HGV driver. I had just finished my shift and went on my phone on Facebook, and I was always one of those ones that would take selfies all the time. I would often do this when I went to a new site or when I was just sat in my truck, just to get different scenery and different shots behind me. And the main reason that I took as many selfies as I did was because I wanted a good looking guy to notice me and slide into my DMs. I felt this was a more effective way to get into a relationship, as Grindr wasn't working very well for me at this point, and it still isn't, right? So the day after I uploaded like my 7th selfie, I had a friend request from this good looking guy, and I approved it and thought nothing of it. The next day I wake up and he is liking all of my pictures. He is liking pretty much all of them. And I noticed that he started love hearting a few of them as well. Now, a bit of a backstory. This guy looks really hot. He's into his football, he's into his sports, and if you looked at him from a distance, you would think, damn, he's straight, right? So, obviously, I wasn't thinking anything of it until I got a heart on a few of my pictures. And I started thinking to myself, this guy might be gay. I was right. I was right. I don't know if he's out the closet or if he's still inside the closet, but he started, getting to know me a bit. So a bit of a backstory then. So obviously I'm a lorry driver, and he is a lorry driver as well. He does the same work as I do, so he delivers to the same sites as I do, and I do deliver to the same sites that he delivers to. So I know his routine, and he knows my routine. We just work for different companies, obviously. So the Facebook chat continues, and it's bland-ish. We mainly just say, hi, how are you? What are you up to? Oh, you're good looking. How was your day? And one day he messaged me and said, have you got Snapchat? And I was like, yeah, definitely. So before I could think about it, this guy's handsome. I'm like, there you go. There's the snap. Get me added. And within like 10 seconds, I'm added onto a Snapchat list. So we started speaking on Snapchat. Now, our chat was normal. It was just like the things we were talking about on Facebook. Hi, how are you? How's your day been? What are you up to? Where are you going today? Things like that. And sometimes I would drive past him or he would drive past me, and we would literally just take the mick out of each other. It was like a good friendship. But at night time, the chats always went into the topic of the spicy. One night he had sent me a picture of his stomach, and oh my god, he's toned. Like, his stomach is fantastic. I just want to snuggle it, do you know what I mean? But he sent me a picture of his stomach, and obviously that puts me in the mood, and I'm like, yes, I want to meet. But again, at this point, I'm like, I don't want to tell him that. I'm just gonna kind of keep it to myself. And I sent him a picture of my stomach back, and he just sends a heart reaction. So at this point, I know that he is definitely gay. So I sent him, obviously, another picture of my belly, and he sends me a picture of his belly with his salami sticking out onto his nice belly. And I'm like, oh, we're getting hot, we're getting spicy. Let me. But it always died. Do you know what I mean? Like, after you sent him 2 pictures and he sent you the 1 picture, the chat flopped. Like, that was it. There was no more talking that night. He essentially left me with blueberries, and he was off after releasing his magic potion. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of got used to that. Maybe that's a bad thing, letting a guy just get what he wants and then you being left with the blueberries. But at the end of the day, it was what it was. He was a handsome guy. He was on my list, and I was in heaven. He messages and says, do you want to meet me next Wednesday? And I'm like, wow, we're actually going to meet now. Like, he's asking to meet me, and it's definitely the spicy that he's wanting to meet for. And I'm sitting there going, oh my god, I feel so attractive. I feel like I can actually get good looking guys. It gave me self-validation, and it made me feel kind of special that a good looking guy wanted to kind of meet me, as I've always had this thing where I don't feel like I'm good enough and all that stuff, but we won't go into that in this video. So I felt like I was worth something and really, really looking forward to this meet with him on that Wednesday, but the chat died. So obviously the night after he said, "Do I want to meet?" we were talking about what we want to do, and the next day we didn't talk, and he left me on like red for about a week up until that Wednesday, and there was no talk on the Wednesday. So obviously he had stood me up, and he had released his magic potion most likely, and realized I don't want to meet this guy. I don't know how to get out of this or whatever. I'm just gonna blank him. Fair enough. If that's your way of dealing with things, that's your way of dealing with things. But you then left me feeling like an absolute nobody and feeling down about myself, feeling ugly, and feeling like I wasn't worth it. And I also doubted the LGBT community because it's happened a good few times now with loads of different guys, but you were the cherry on the cake, essentially. So after he stopped talking to me, I made the decision that I was going to remove him off of Snapchat, as at this point I knew that he was just leading me on or trying to feed his own ego. And for my own mental health, I thought, clearly I'm never going to be able to meet this guy. Clearly he's just, trying to mess me around here. I'm going to remove him and move on with my life. Now, I had a lot of feelings towards this guy because we talked all the time about the lorries and stuff, but hey ho, it's not a two-way streak, obviously. So a few months later, it sort of repeats itself again. I've still got him on Facebook, and he does his old trick where he likes a few of my pictures, and then he slides into my DMs and goes, "Can I have your Snapchat again?" And stupidly, at this point, I thought, I'll give him a second chance. So I gave him my Snapchat, he adds me back across on Snapchat, and we're talking again. And again, it was just a hi, how are you, and all that stuff for the first few days, and it quickly progressed to the point that we were back speaking spicy to each other. Same as before. I sent him spicy pictures, he sends me spicy pictures. We then obviously release the magic potions, and the chat just goes back normal. Doesn't die this time, it just goes normal. We're talking about things that you've done during that day and all that stuff. About 5 days after he re-adds me, he then says, "I really, really, really want to meet you. I'm sorry for standing you up beforehand. Can we meet?" And I was like, "Yeah, where do you want to meet?" And he says, "Book this travel lodge at my town, just outside my town, and I'll meet you." So me being naive, I was like, "Fair enough, I'll do it, but you need to be 100% certain today that you're going to meet me on that day." And he's like, "Definitely, I'll be there." Again, I'm stupid for believing in that, but I booked the hotel. He said that he'd give me 50% of the value of the hotel because we're both meeting and we're both, going to have the fun. So I'm all up for it. I'm like, "Do you know what? Fair enough. It's £200. I'll pay my £100 and you can pay your £100 when you come and meet," essentially. Should have probably got him to do a bank transfer, but again, I like to put trust into people and just go that way. So it comes to the day before we're going to meet, and we're still talking, and he's like, definitely meeting you tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I look forward to seeing you." And I'm sitting there like, proper nervous at this point, like, we're actually going to meet. I've waited about a year to meet you at this point, and we're actually going to meet. And again, it goes back to that feeling of feeling like you are valid, that you are attractive, and that you can pull a very good looking guy. And at that moment in time, I felt like I had accomplished something. So the next day I wake up and I message him, and I'm left undelivered for ages. Already a bad vibe. I'm like, he's not going to meet me. It goes to about 2 hours before we're due to meet, and he eventually comes on Snapchat, and I say, "Are we still meeting tonight? It's okay if you can't meet or whatever," because I hadn't responded the whole day. "It's okay if you can't meet or whatever, but please let me know. I've got a 2 hour drive to get down to where you are. So if you let me know as soon as possible, then it saves me driving down for nothing." Bearing in mind that me and him are both lorry drivers, we both deliver to the same sites, and we both know the sort of schedules that we go by. He messages me sort of 30 minutes before we're due to meet and says, "Sorry, can't meet you tonight. I'll give you 50% of the hotel cost. I've got to go back to work. I've only done 5 deliveries today and I need to do 10. And they're expecting me to do another 5 deliveries." So I'm sitting there like, Bullshit. Because I worked at the same place as you work at, obviously with a different company. I know exactly what time they close at. I know that they don't accept deliveries all the time. I know you're pulling my leg. And as he messaged that, he obviously turned off his Snapchat location because he was going home, and he had left me on delivered. Like, he hadn't opened my message after that. I tried messaging him asking him for 50% of the hotel cost back as I'd wasted like £200. I was not able to get that money back as it was on Travelodge's flexi plan where you book it to get a cheaper rate before you actually go and you can't get a refund. But nah, he left me on red and didn't bother giving me the 50% back for the hotel room, and up until this day we have not talked since then. Some men love the attention, some men love the validation, some men love the flirting side of it but don't actually want to, see it through to the meat inside. Some men always love it when other guys chase them because it makes them feel wanted, and then some men just think they're God's gift and don't care about their behaviours and how it can affect you. Which is sad, but it's reality in this day and age, unfortunately. So, Ruben, what can we take away from today's video? What we can take away is a guy's promises are not as valuable as a guy's actions. If a guy ghosts you once, do not give them a second chance to ghost you twice because you know they will. If you're going to book a hotel to meet a guy, at least wait until the guy's on their way. That way, you won't lose £200 like I did. My time, my money, and my effort is valuable. And I guess I should just wait for someone that matches my level of effort. Sad world we live in, but there we go. Comment below, guys, on if you've ever had a similar experience to this, because I would definitely be interested to know, and so would Ruben. Your stories genuinely do make up my day, and I love going through them and heart reacting them, so please, please, please leave your comments below if something like this has happened. And your likes, your subscribes, and your shares do help the channel grow. Just want to take a moment to say thank you all for your support. We have surpassed 200 extra subscribers since relaunching the channel 2 weeks ago, and it wouldn't be possible without any of you guys. So thank you so much for watching, I do appreciate it, and I hope you like my new mug. It's bigger than my face. And I know I can seem a bit bland in this video, but it's because I've just recovered from a flu, and I'm so sorry for not uploading yesterday because I am trying to do every second day. Apologies in that out of the way, love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace, sleep.